Welcome to another edition of From the Front Lines, where we discuss both the day-to-day and one-of-a-kind issues facing real estate managers. I'm back with Ted Thurn, our Director of Government Affairs. Ted, I know you had the first virtual Advocacy Day last week. Who were the keynote speakers and what topics were discussed?
Thanks, Suzanne. Yes, we had two keynote speakers who presented at the first half of our Advocacy Impact Day. Our first keynote speaker was Todd Buchholz. He's an economist. He has worked in the White House and for Tiger Hedge Fund. So Todd went into what the economy looks like right now and how the economy is going to look moving forward in 2021 and how it's going to affect the property management industry. So very engaging speaker. Our second speaker was Dr. Thomas Songer, who's an epidemiologist. And Dr. Songer talked about COVID and how it's affected all of us and kind of peeked into what's going to be happening now that the vaccines are being released and how that is going to affect the property management industry. And we did have a live Q&A sessions where members were able to ask Dr. Songer questions directly about their concerns regarding COVID and how it's going to affect everyone as we move forward through this pandemic. The second half of our event included myself and Andy Lomo, our IREM Government Affairs Liaison, and we talked about how to schedule and conduct virtual meetings with legislators. And our last segment was about issues to discuss. So for our last segment, Andy and I were joined by Aaron Stackley and Evan Lydiard of NAR. And the three issues that we talked about to discuss with legislators included COVID relief and continuing COVID relief for housing providers in the form of rental assistance and foregoing the eviction moratorium. And we also talked about the Safe Banking Act, so allowing federally insured banks to conduct business with people who work in the cannabis industry, and also maintaining 1031s or like-kind exchanges and the importance of retaining 1031s because it is now a hot topic again, because with all this COVID relief, we're going to have to pay for it. And one of the issues that's being discussed is repealing 1031s to help pay for COVID relief. So three important issues that we talked about. So really a quick recap of our speakers and the issues we addressed during the event.
And before we move on, I want to share that anyone can access the recordings from Advocacy Day. How can they do that, Ted?
So if you go to our IREM website and you hover over the Advocacy tab, you will see a link there for Advocacy Impact Day. So if you click on the link for Advocacy Impact Day, you just scroll down a little bit and it says recap of the Advocacy Impact Day. And right there, all you have to do is put in your name, email address, and cell phone number and click, and you will get a recording of the full event.
So what would you say were the top three takeaways from this year's event?
Yeah, great question. So in my opinion, the top three takeaways was that there's really hope out there, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And what I mean by that is that Todd Buchholz was talking about that the economy is really starting to bounce back and how, businesses are reopening. He did have some concerns, and of course, there's always going to be some concerns with inflation, but he really sees the economy moving forward and predicting a robust recovery. I would also say there was hope with Dr. Songer too, and with the COVID pandemic, and that with the vaccines coming out, that there is hope that we're going to get back to a normal type of lifestyle sooner than later. And so I would say with those issues and with how real estate has really been persevering through the pandemic. I would say that's one issue, is that there's really hope out there. Two is that it is a really busy time for the property management industry. We're talking about COVID relief, rental assistance, eviction moratorium, reopenings, a lot of things going on. So hugely busy time, which leads to the third point of how important it is to build these relationships and reach out to your elected officials to talk about all these issues. So important to make contact now with your elected officials to talk about these issues, to build these relationships. I would say those were the three takeaways I had: was hope, how busy the property management industry is, and the importance of building relationships with legislators.
So normally you would be in DC, Ted, holding this event. And of course, this year it was virtual. How did all of that go? Were there any unintended benefits?
Well, it was a great event. Last year we were in DC. We got in at the very last minute. When we went to the Capitol the next day, after we went to the Capitol was shut down because of COVID. So we literally got in there at the last minute. Obviously, this year it was a virtual event, but last year we had 100 members attend. This year we had over 580 people register for our event. So we were really able to cast a wider net. 71 different chapters attended. So we really saw the positive in that more people were able to attend. We really hope to incorporate a virtual component next year, but we also hope to be back in DC next year. So we really hope to build momentum and keep this ball rolling. So it was a great event and something that we will look forward to doing again next year.
And of course, it will continue to have live post-event on our website in recording form. That's free for anyone, and that's available at irem.org/advocacy. Thanks again, Ted. Visit irem.org for more knowledge to take on real estate management's most dynamic challenges. That's www.irem.org.